This is Michael Webster, and you're watching my podcast on Sport and Icons.
Okay, so Chris Billam-Smith versus Tommy McCarthy. Now, this was for the vacant British Cruiserweight title, and of course the Commonwealth and European Cruiserweight titles. Now, this fight definitely had a bit of needle in it. There seems to be a little bit of a rift between both camps. In fact, Tommy McCarthy even brought in Carl Frampton. Why? Pretty much to provoke Shane McGuigan and Barry McGuigan, of course, part of Chris Billam-Smith's corner. We all know their history. Now, as far as this fight went on, quite clearly these guys didn't like each other. I mean, for me, this was a bit of a war at times. I mean, when I look at Chris Billam-Smith, he looks like almost a complete package. He looks like it. His fighting style is almost like a throwback fighter. That's how I see him. Tommy McCarthy is more rough, rugged, and just wants to throw the big overhand rights and just rough up your opponent. But Chris Billam-Smith, the gentleman, he's not a gentleman in the ring now, is he? He's certainly not. Because this fight was pretty much backwards and forwards. It was a very, very close, I don't want to say too hard fight to score. For me, I didn't find it too hard. But going on some people's online comments over on Twitter there seems to be a bit of controversy around it. Anyway, I'll give you my thoughts as to who rightfully won the fight or not. Now, in the first round, it would be fair to say that Chris Billam-Smith, for whatever reason, forgot his defence, and Tommy McCarthy caught him with a huge overhand right on the button. Well, maybe just off the button because he wasn't too wobbled, but you could see that Chris Billam-Smith was definitely hurt. But of course, that happened to Tommy McCarthy as well in round number, was it round number 2, round number 3? I forget now. So both of these guys would certainly respect each other a whole lot more than what they did before this fight, because this fight was pretty much backwards and forwards. For me, I thought that Chris Billam-Smith, he was the dominant one in this fight. He was the one who was coming forward at the best of times, and of course he was very, very good on the back foot using his jab. But of course his defence is a little bit leaky, that's for sure, and I'm sure Shane McGuigan will certainly pick up on that one. But Tommy McCarthy, that guy can take some shots, man. He really can. And of course, both of these have a common opponent in Richie Riakporhe. Of course, I've interviewed Richie Riakporhe. Both of them lost to him. But in this fight, it was quite difficult to pick who was going to win. But I was just edging it with Chris Billam-Smith. And ultimately, that's what happened. That's what the result was. One of the judges had it, was it 115, 113 or 115, 114, I forget, to Tommy McCarthy. I didn't have Tommy McCarthy winning that fight. I didn't. Had they called it a draw, I wouldn't have complained. But if I had to pick a winner, I would have went with Chris Billam-Smith. That's how I honestly saw the fight. But based on that is because Chris Billam-Smith he just seemed more in control of the fight. He seemed like he was the one who was dictating the pace of the fight. He was the one who was finding his range in the fight and landing the better shots. Not always the most eye-catching shots, because obviously Tommy McCarthy, he was landing some big doozies of shots, that's for sure. Some of the highlight reels would certainly come from Tommy McCarthy, but I'm talking shot placement. That was coming from Chris Billam-Smith. I thought that he didn't dominate the fight, not by any stretch of the imagination. It's a very, very close fight, and if these guys have a rematch, I'm certainly going to watch it. And for me, this was the fight that I was looking forward to the most. Out of the entire card, this was the one that I thought would probably light up Fight Camp. Now, has it lit up Fight Camp? Arguably, because for me personally, I enjoyed the fight. I really did, and I think that our cruiserweights at the British level, very, very good. Very, very good. Both of them clearly have a fair bit more to do before they start talking about world title shots. But don't be surprised if Eddie Hearn ends up throwing Chris Billam-Smith into a world title shot real soon. I don't think he's quite there yet, but I could agree with the decision. I thought that he done enough to win this fight. He used his aggression when he needed to, and he took the time off when he needed to as well, as in he went on the back foot and just used his jab. But can't take too much away from Tommy McCarthy. I thought Tommy McCarthy done very, very well in this fight. He's certainly British to European level, that's for sure. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the fight. I thought that Chris Billam-Smith won this fight, just about won this fight. But some of you may have saw this fight a little bit different. I know Andy Lee did. I think Andy Lee, he thought that Tommy McCarthy won But anyway, my thoughts, you drop me yours, click thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.